But do you have any concerns that actors that will surround him, national secretary, national organizing secretary, other positions, that they will be in tune with him, willing to essentially facilitate whatever leadership strategy that he's bringing on board?
That's what I'm saying. That I would have been very impressed, very much happy, if we elect those persons, those new persons, that will now be able to run the party with him. Because you see, you don't put a chairman there and you expect that any other positions are not very necessary. Now, it is these positions that will support the leadership, it will support the chairman. So however better, however good, however wonderful you are, and you don't have a body that will support you, then it becomes a problem. Now, what is our ideology? The ideology of the APC, public participation. Now, when you run a party that people will not have a say, or the opinion of people will not be expressed, and it becomes a problem. And that's why we are urging our delegates to understand one thing: that yes, we've gotten power, yes, we are the ruling party, but if you want to talk about change, a brand new concept, a brand new administration, try this new leadership. Give us a chance to also prove our mettle, to say, yes, there are two situations now. We had the previous regime, and now there is a new regime. What's the difference? What's the change? So that's the issue that is at stake now. The chairman, as it is today, has been able to cut across virtually all the delegates, has been able to be accepted as a sort of unanimous endorsement by everybody. Now, the next issue, the next concern, as good members of this party, is to look critically at the NWC and indeed the entire party structure, so that what you expect you want to get is what you will get.
Mr. Ahmed, you know, your party has had a pretty unprecedented circumstance, at least within this Fourth Republic, of having a kind of a sleeper opposition even within your party. Can you give us a sense of what strategies can be evolved to be able to sift through those who are genuinely members of your party and those who potentially may be kind of a sleeper cell trying to infiltrate for whatever purposes they may be trying to infiltrate for?
You make it sound as if we are like, this is an espionage. It's not. It's nothing like that. It's a political party. First of all, people have the right, once they are eligible to be members of a party, to walk into a political party and become members of the party, until they exhibit something clearly or something manifest that is sanctionable by the rules of the party. We can just go around sniffing them out and saying you have to get out of the party. But I think the party now is old enough to know who are genuine members and who should be given positions of responsibility. And I want to use this opportunity to say something really clearly, and like you said, we are not ingrates, we are not ungrateful to the leadership that some of them might be outgoing now, some of them might be retained, I don't know. But we're not ungrateful. We understand the fact that, and Neota was asking the question of what have we done differently. I want you to look at this, the real picture of what has happened in the last 4 to 5 years. A political party came together, upstaged an incumbent government in Nigeria, violence-free. We won an election by a couple of touchdowns, actually. And then for the first time in a long time, this party won an election and there was not even a court case against most of our primaries that was conducted. Kudos to that leadership.
I don't want us to just run through all the achievements. So I just want you to get
No, because I want us to understand where we're coming from and what we have been able to achieve in the last 4 years. And like I said, we're not where we want to be, so there's need for us to grease our elbow. Now we have realized that of all these achievements that we've had, we won an election, There was no court cases. We have a national chairman who will be turning 80 next year, and he has done well in his own right, you know, to make sure that he steers the ship. And there are more people that have joined the party than the ones that have left the party while we were in office in the last 4 years.
We can't be negligent though of the parallel factions and all the things that we've seen.
But that is in this convention, this congresses that have started. Now what I'm saying is that we expect the new leadership, like you said, to move us from where the old leadership has stopped, from what we have experienced and what we have learned in the last 4 years, so that the new leadership, whoever they are, will be able to consolidate and make sure that we make amends where we've made simple mistakes. And there will always be people. There will always be people who you call sleeper agents. Well, but it is our job to make sure that we get it right.
Very quickly, because we're about to take our break. When you look at what happened in 2015, if you have a situation where you know, the Senate president, for example, and the Speaker of the House are not necessarily walking in lockstep with the executive from the same party, would you be able to continue something like that in the next term?
No, hopefully we will not be able to do that. Hopefully, no.
All right, at this juncture, we're going to close. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. Dr. Mike Nwilagi, we thank you for coming on the program. Mr. Ismael Ahmed, thank you for coming on the program as well. Our viewers, we're going to take a short break. Please do stay with us.